And we are back after a lengthy absence. Stuart, how are you feeling?
I had a stomach bug, and that was interesting.
So Stuart went into a horrible sweaty fever where my parents had this electronic temperature measurer, thermometer, that's the word,
Yep.
which they were scanning his brain with, and he was coming out at fucking 38 degrees or higher, 38.5 or something like that.
I don't know what's high.
He was fucking burning up. So obviously everyone's first initial thought was, holy shit, Stuart is dying. He's got the Rona, that's it, we're done. This house is now a plague house. Myself and my mum were already writing up our wills, preparing ourselves for our eventual demise. Then about 4 hours later, Stuart's fever had broken, his temperature had dropped dramatically, and he was just a horrible farty mess. As usual, basically. So he's now back for us to do this playthrough. I wasn't able to do my James video, sadly, for this week. I am blaming Stuart for that, and not just for the fact that I've been procrastinating.
Thanks.
So,
I like this shame we've decided to give at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah, health shame. So we're back to play some Phantasy Star.
For Cameron and any viewer who will potentially want to watch this.
Hey, some people might watch it.
I know.
Stuart, who are these people on here? These girls?
Well, like I said last time, they're basically Mother Brain.
Sexy Mother Brain, nice.
Anyway.
So, off screen, Stuart's been an absolute champ and has been levelling up through his horrible, feverish health breakdown, working hard to get these levels.
I play gacha games. I just did this while playing a gacha.
He plays gacha games, guys.
Say go. It's really good.
Spends his money on these anime girls. Be careful out there.
So I basically got some better equipment. So if you want to check the inventory, you can see what they've got.
Seems to be nothing unusual here, Stuart.
So I basically gave Rolf some better daggers. So they're the creme ones. The armor is pretty good.
Or creme. They're the cream ones, yeah.
Yeah, they're
he's got the body
creme
cards.
ones.
He's got the legs shoes.
Yes.
I like
He's got shoes for his legs.
Leg shoes.
I also got him headgear. Knees pretty much the same.
Still got them steel bars. Nice.
And Rudo has his shotgun.
Nice.
That means he can hit multiple targets now.
Cool. So, this game's a fucking grind fest.
Yes.
As Stuart had warned me about ahead of time.
Actually, you may want to check because you've got some new abilities as well. We'll just run through what they do.
Okay.
So, go to strength because this will only show. Because tech will only show some of them. So you've got Ruka and Hinas. One basically teleports you out of a dungeon, while the other one flies you back to home.
Cool.
Res is a heal.
Yep.
Foe is a fire attack. Gigafo, Gaifo.
Is that all of them?
Is just the big. No, it's just one hit.
Oh, big one. Okay.
The Gaifo is a stronger big hit. Zan is a multiple for a group of
wind power,
enemies.
right?
Basically, you do a gust and you hit a group of enemies. So, say if you had 2 of the mosquitoes and 1 of the frogs, it'll hit 2 of the mosquitoes or just hit the frog.
Oh, a bit like whoosh in that one. Yeah. Dragon Quest. In Dragon Quest, that game.
I believe 2 is basically your lightning attack, which is single target as well.
Cool. Oh, I've just stopped all of them.
Then you've got Knee's abilities.
Res.
She can just heal for now.
And Rudo doesn't learn abilities.
Yeah, he's a jock.
Sick. Cool. So, we're heading off to this place that we're going to before, right?
Yeah. So basically we'll be going to a dungeon where the scoundrels are, and we're going to take some dynamite from there, so they don't blow the places up.
I'm going to kick the shit out of this guy.
We may also need the dynamite for other uses as well.
For a funny prank.
More breaking and entering, but we can call it a prank.
That's a bit of a prank.
As you can see, he does a lot more damage.
Yeah, so we're fucking tearing through now. Okay, cool. Are we strong enough to beat up those green ants that absolutely destroyed me?
It'll take a bit, but you should be fine.
Cool.
Oh yeah, I also gave you some die mates, like 3 for each person, so hopefully that should be enough.
Oh, they're healing, aren't they?
Yeah, basically I think it heals you 60, while the more mate gives you like 20.
Remember when Nee was doing like the most amount of damage?
Oh yeah, she gets very underpowered at the end.
Yeah.
No, James has no interest in that game.
What, Fate?
Yeah, he's offering Daz's account.
I played Fate while I was in Japan, actually. I played the arcade version where you'd put your cards on, and then they would appear as like these 3D people that you do like an arena fighter sort of thing on it. It was alright.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I got loads of cards that I gave to Stuart as a gift afterwards. As a souvenir when I got back. But yeah, Fate was fine. I'm just not into the series. There's a lot going on with it.
Well, yeah.
It's one of those ones that seems like there's too much for me to get in on.
I was the same. It was more. There's a lot of manga and fan fiction.
Too much.
Like there's a lot of fan writing with it, where it has its own ideas and how it goes. It's kind of like Touhou in a way, but not as big.
Touhou, but with less scantily clad underage girls.
Go down, you'll go nowhere.
Well, still, why do you have to say something so personal like that?
Why do you have to attack Touhou like that?
Fuck Touhou. If you're a Touhou fan, then honestly, just turn yourself in already. Like,
are you seriously going to abuse Matt that way?
Like, we know what sort of stuff you're into. Let's not.
All
I know that you think that they're 500 years old.
Anyway, dungeon time. Now you've ridiculed Touhou fans to a point they won't want to watch this. Go left.
Yep.
So basically, you just need to follow around and make like a big G shape.
Sick.
It's a pretty simple dungeon, and it's the first one, but there's going to be a lot of enemies.
Wow. I think we got surprised.
Yeah, that happens. We also learned that there's a rewind function in this game system, so we can use that in case we need to just avoid stuff.
Yeah, it would have been really useful in that last section.
Yeah. Well, live and learn. Why does Rudo always miss when you use him? When I've got him, he's god tier.
No, he's just shit, isn't he? He's a fucking, like, flat-headed,
He's a soldier.
blonde, Aryan dickhead. No one has time for him. He's too... he's getting out of the party. As soon as I've got someone to replace him, he's gone.
We need to get 2 extra characters before then.
And that's fine. I'm willing to make that.
And you've got a couple. You've got some dungeons before then.
Go up.
Yeah.
Woo! See, I do miss the old style dungeons. I know that they're like very sort of like featureless and repetitive, but like the music was really good and it felt like you're really in the dungeon. At the moment, I feel like some weird voyeur that's watching them from above as they're
Yeah, they
walking
did go
along.
first person, but I found it difficult to keep track of it.
Well, it makes navigation a bit more difficult, but again, that makes it feel more like you're in a dungeon. It makes you feel like you're lost in a labyrinth.
I guess
Whereas
so.
this, you sort of like, I don't know, it's less
It's more
immersive.
RPG.
It's like, it's done what every other RPG was doing. I think the first person dungeon crawler's kind of been lost as a style. Etrian Odyssey still does it, to be fair, and they're still pretty good.
Now just keep going to the right.
If you like Touhou, then obviously you're a dirtbag, so go play Etrian Odyssey instead. It's got pretty much everything you'd want from Touhou, but with actual good gameplay mechanics. I don't actually know anything about Touhou's gameplay mechanics.
They have multiple because
So
they have so
bullet
many
hells,
games made by fans.
Some bullet hell bullshit.
I think so. But yeah, you'll be fighting a lot of bio monsters here. Realistically, the best strategy is take a bunch of healing items and just raid through the battlefield.
Try to avoid using magic unless it's necessary.
Yeah. The only time I
like
really
killing
use magic is for bosses and if I'm healing.
So that was my problem with the first Phantasy Star game, was that you don't have healing items for magic, like at all.
Yeah.
So you basically just had to hold out for all your
However,
magic before you got there.
Later on, there'll be some dungeons where you get some cool items, where basically you use the item and it does a magic spell, and you can use it repetitively.
Okay. Alright, let's slap these bastards.
It's a bit of a, like, as much as I like Phantasy Star II just on the concept, it's not as good as Phantasy Star 1 in terms. It is a bit of a step down in regards to, like, getting through areas.
I think it's got more story to it though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's got
Where
more
am I going?
story, but the battle mechanics wise, it's get high level so you don't die and just bash through it.
Yeah, RPGs though, isn't it? Like RPGs at the time were not complex.
Yeah.
There we go. I think one of the most complex RPGs I've ever played actually was Ultima 4, where instead of it just being like battle and killing things, you had to like literally adopt virtues as you go through. So there's so many like hidden stats and things.
I guess so.
So RPGs like that are complicated, but stressful.
You may want to top up Wolf with a res.
I've got items.
Yeah, but a res is cheaper, and like she's not going to use any offensive spell. She's also got anti now, so if he gets poisoned, she can use that. But usually I just use her for the res.
Is that it? Up here?
Yeah. So
in the future, stairs are fucking weird.
Yeah, they look like teleportation things, but they look like stairs.
Well, they make the sound. They make the sound of someone walking up the stairs. What the fuck is that?
I don't know, it's a crab thing. It's a carrier.
Oh, of course it is.
Just hit it until it dies.
Okay. Hey, look! Did you see that? Rudo actually killed something. Nice work, Rudo.
He's a good boy.
I'll raise my expectations from below average.
Yeah, if you've got strong enemies, I would advise
going up?
Yeah, go up. Get the item.
Oh, which one am I? So I'm going up or down?
Yeah. So you've got another diamond, which will be useful. Cool. So you're now on the 3rd floor, and go to the right. Go up. There's an item there if you keep going up.
Yeah, what's this? Amoeba. Alright.
So, as you can tell by the looks of them, they're weird gel things, and they do have the ability to bring out another version of them if you enter them.
Yeah, so they just keep dividing.
Basically.
Great.
They're one of those kinds.
So, as I'm getting further up, am I getting sort of weirder monsters then? Is there like...
Basically, you'll get stronger monsters the higher up you go.
Oh, look at that head game.
Well, you can sell it.
Right, am I going down here?
No, go to the right. Oh, sorry, to the left. So let's see how strong you are now.
Sick.
They're quite fast, I'm not going to lie.
Hey!
Yeah, Rolf is a powerhouse. Also, Rudo hit 2 enemies.
Okay, yeah, he's not had a chance to really do that yet, has he?
Yeah.
So he usually killed everything before he's got in. That's a lot of Mercedes you get for killing them
Yeah,
as well.
they're a lot stronger.
Okay, cool.
That's the big jump in money. When I got to a certain level, I was just going through them. Go up.
The music's alright as well.
Yeah.
It's no but you know, it's less repetitive, I guess.
It's a bit more peppier. It's a lot more anime, I'd say.
Yeah. That's what we needed. We needed more anime. We needed more anime in a game about talking cats and dead Oni-chans.
Then go down.
It's like, yo, do you like Mayao? What if Mayao was human and also your sister/girlfriend? What the fuck? Why did they attack me as I was stepping onto the ladder?
It's just that. On the right side, Rolf's a powerhouse.
Yeah, Rolf is absolutely murdering everything now. I'll give him props for that. Good, okay.
Cool. And that brings you back down.
So I can go up.
Yeah, go up and right.
Stuart is acting as navigator today so that we're not watching me get horrifically lost in a dungeon.
Well, I'm
like
using a map which doesn't direct where the staircases are, so this is interesting. So another complaint is, it's easier to look where you're going, but it's hard to navigate.
So Stuart, where are you getting your map data from?
It's a website called Phantasy Star II.
Yep, Phantasy Star II, friend of the channel.
Basically,
they helped me get through that first game, and they are your all in all. I may have to. I think I've been linking them in the video descriptions. Phantasy Star Cave are actually a really good Phantasy Star website. They have loads of connections to all the walkthroughs. Run by a bunch of nerds that genuinely love the game.
They also have the remake of 1 and 2. Remake 1 is really good, and I highly recommend it because you get more interaction with the character. Go down. 2, it adds a different function in fighting where you can do a combo button, where basically if you hit at a certain point, it's a lot stronger. I'm not too fond of that, so I kind of prefer the original. So I didn't get to see too much of the new game.
So the mechanics are like Undertale, kind of.
There.
Hey!
But,
20 damage to both of them. That's fine.
Well, 10 each, basically.
Oh, fucking bullshit. Right, so am I going down or up here?
Go up.
Oh. Yeah, they were released on the PlayStation 2 as well, but only in Japan. So you'd have no access. So the only way you'd feasibly be able to play it is through an emulator at this point. Which obviously, you know, isn't the most ideal way of playing the game, but if that's the only option you have for a game that will literally never be released over here.
So if you go that way, just right down. If you go further down, there'll be a little chest you can open and get an item. It would be 200 Mesatas. Go down.
Down here?
Yeah. Not into the darkness because you'll fall down into a pit.
It's good, that'll be a great time to use the rewind function.
Yeah.
Hey! And
so go back up and go through that path you were about to go through.
Yeah.
You may want to heal up me at some point. She's pretty low.
Yeah, but she's not doing much damage now. So.
Yeah, but she's
she's
technically your healer now.
It's like you can let Noah die as much as you want in the first game because most of the time you're not even going to use his magic. You just need to keep him alive for when you find.
Well, resurrection doesn't occur until like level 20.
Ideally, the best way to have defeat Lassic in the first game is if every single person was equipped with a laser gun. Because you're guaranteed to do 20 damage each time, but only Odin can use it for whatever reason.
He's a big guy who can hold guns.
Laser guns wouldn't even be that big. It's fucking like a little shooting thing.
Like in this, they call them like cannons and stuff, and I'm assuming you need a big amount of strength and upper body to hold it.
This is 1,000 years later. You'd think they'd have minimised the size of the.
Or technology has been lost, and it's like future technology where they've regained it.
Right. So do I drop down?
No. Go to the right. Drop down will take you to the lower floor.
Okay. Are you making sure to get me all the important items?
Well, they'll chests you're missing, but you can't open them yet.
Yeah. I'm going to need, like, dynamite to open them, basically.
No, you're going to need a key, because the dynamite's in the chests.
Ah. I like this is the only place you can get dynamite from.
Well, you only need 2.
It's almost as convenient as having a cake shop in the middle of a fucking dungeon.
Oh, in the remake, they actually advise why the cake shop's there, and it just makes the guy sound like such a prick.
There's one even later on where you got to get the gas shield. There's another person that set up a shop in the middle of a fucking.
Well, you've got to be worthy enough to get their luxury item.
That's even worse.
That's the explanation in the remake.
How do you hope to I mean, you're setting up a high demand, I get it. So ultimately, your idea is that it's a luxury resource that people, only those with the money and the resources to get there, will be worthy of your product. So yes, you'll have to buy it at that extortionate price.
Well, on the bright side, it's only Phantasy Star 1 where it happens.
Oh, there's a dead dude.
Yeah, check him out.
Is he doing alright?
No, he's not doing okay.
Get fucked, mate.
So, if you go down...
They murdered a load of women and children, didn't they? So I'm not going to feel too bad for them.
They got what they got. It's to the left.
I'm not going to weep over that dead guy's body. Also, these guys must suck shit if they're dying to these things. Why didn't they just grind off screen like I did? No.
I mean, like I did.
I did a lot of grinding off screen with the last game. Yeah. Just so you know.
I volunteered, it's fine.
It was a heroic feat, except grinding off screen in that game was literally just hammering the A button while fighting fishmen. Whereas in this, you got a fucking dungeon crawl by the look of it. Wow.
Well, still pressing the A button.
What the fuck was that noise?
Old game. Like, they start bringing out these creatures because they're not really like the old creatures you used to fight in the first one, but they're brought out a lot more in the fourth game.
Colour palette changed, scorpions and the swarms.
I'd say those are the mosquitoes now, but the mermen aren't there anymore.
missed the mermen.
Well,
What about the
locusts are
marmen?
like
Are the marmen there?
There's no fishmen. As far as
No, the marmen. They're the mermen that live in lava. So basically, in the first game, lava is basically just a slight debuff as you walk over it. Whereas, you know, in real life, you shouldn't step in lava for too long.
Even in D&D, stepping in lava is bad.
It's not a good idea to step in lava.
You can do it, it'll just
this,
hurt.
If you're watching this and you live near a volcano, don't step in the lava. I can give you that assurance.
It's a bit warm.
It's a bad idea. People will think you're an idiot as well. They'll be like, look at that idiot stepping in lava. Doesn't he know how hot lava gets?
Why am I looking at this? It's too warm.
Well, why didn't he shoot that one?
Because you can only hit, like, 2.
What a fucking loser. He's at the party.
It's fine. I know who we're going to have for the party, and he wasn't in his plan.
Chair squeaks something awful. I'm too fidgety for these.
Well, we had to swap. So.
This is why we can't
left.
have like webcam as well, because people just watch me jittering in my seat.
Go down. Basically go to where that dead person is.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the dynamite from him. Cool. God.
So basically when you get those daggers to roll, he just obliterates everything.
Yeah, man. Ambidextrous as well. What a lad.